Yo, I'm back. I'm gonna tell y'all, I had to cut the last video off because, man, as y'all know on some of these videos, especially if y'all see me go live, like, man, I am probably one of the most emotional people when it comes to dogs ever. I get super emotional. And the reason why I get so emotional in that situation, the reason why I felt so bad, and I still feel bad about it to this day, and I had to take a break. When I get angry, I get emotional. But that situation, man, with Castro, it was a fucked up situation. And people wonder why I don't I don't go into him a lot, is because I went through a lot with that dog. And I love that dog just like I love Denzel. You know, he's always been a house dog until, recently. And I'm actually bringing him back in the house. But it sort of sucks because he's like separated. He has like his own room type shit. He's on isolation now. But man, the bad part is because during that time, you know what I mean, bro, these people were calling the police on me every damn day. Basically just to be idiots. And the fact of the matter is, I keep my dogs well contained. And my dogs have never attacked anybody. My dogs have never attacked another dog. And it was crazy because, I was going through two different things at one time. I'm trying to nurse, basically my son back to health. And then at the same time, I'm having to restrain from breaking this cat's neck. And it was like an everyday thing. I tell y'all, to be honest, because I guess we can put it on video and talk about it. But I've talked to some of my friends about it. But I would come home at times, and these people would like do stupid shit. I'm in Florida. I don't have friends here, like that stay with me. But they was throwing shit in my yard. You know what I mean? They were, you know what I'm saying? I would find knives. I would find glass. I would find, all kind of weird shit to hurt the dogs in the yard. So before I even let the dogs out, I would basically have to do like a prison guard and walk around my yard to make sure that there wasn't any what they call in prison contraband, And then even after doing all of this, if my dogs were out, I would just have to watch every little thing. And literally every day somebody pulling up to my house. Well, they said you were fighting dogs again. So here I go. I had to stop my day. I had to let them look at all the dogs. Like, look at all these fucking dogs, man. Oh, you're not feeding the dogs. Okay, I got a 220-pound mastiff running around. Then Mandela comes out looking like a freight train. Then all the other dogs are pretty damn thick themselves. And it was just, man, it was a lot to deal with at that time. And I never even really talked about it because I never wanted to get frustrated or emotional like I just did. Because it was days where, for real, I wanted to snap. But for us that are dog lovers, that shit, like that we treat our dogs as family, y'all know how you can feel about that. I raised this dog, and now Castro is what, 6 years old or pushing up on 7. And to have to go from a point to where he gets attacked by some bullshit dogs, damn near loses his life. And then on top of it, to have his character totally changed to the point to where literally this dog slept beside the bed. That's all he ever done. He's slept beside the bed, kicked it in the house, around everybody. To having to see him be isolated and sort of traumatized to the point to where he wanted to snap on everything. It was amazing to deal with the city and the state, because they acted as if I did something wrong because he killed the dog on our property. I said the fucking dog should have never been on the property in the first place, And at that time I had someone living with me. Now I'm there by myself. But man, it's crazy. It's crazy, man, how people act about dogs and how people act about people, And it doesn't matter what kind of abuse it is or what kind of negligence that it is. To me, anybody who mistreats dogs and fucks over dogs or any animal that basically just wants to be there and love people is the scum of the earth. I mean, it's no other way to explain it. And it kills me to, hopefully I can do a lot of rehab with him. And I notice he's getting back somewhat to normal. He can kick it with the girls without going crazy on them. Hopefully one day he can get back to the point that him and Denzel is cool. But like I say, that shit was always hard for me because even though Denzel is his dad, they was always like the best friends. I'm talking about like basically how Mandela and Denzel are now. They literally slept on top of each other. Like if one was somewhere, you would see the other one and they would nestle up under each other and lay on top of each other. And to see, you know, that's like seeing one of your kids, man. I'm like, damn. I used to just feel bad for him because I go out there and you just see him laying in the corner and he just had it look like, it didn't even look like my same dog. He was just laying in the corner and, you know, and then I'm explaining this to these people here and I'm like, man, y'all keep talking about he's some kind of killer. Yeah, he killed them, but it was 3 dogs out there attacking him. Because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I went out there and I grabbed a shovel and I Barry Bonds one of them and knocked his ass out cold, you know. And by the time, it's about basically as soon as I knocked that one dog out cold, you know what I mean, Castro destroyed the other 2. But in the process, by the time he got done, he was a bloody mess. His head was like swole up damn near to double the size of it. It looked like a balloon, you know. And I mean, luckily he survived, but he's scarred up now. And after all of that, I had to listen to all of these people talk this dumb shit, you know. I'm like, so their dogs come in my yard, mess up my champion show dog, who's also a family companion, but y'all show up at my house every day. I passed every inspection. Every dog was great. And it got to the point to where the dog warden himself said, because he had to come because these people kept complaining, he basically went from house to house and told the people they need to straighten their shit up. Because he came to my house and I, you know, maybe I will go out there one day just to show y'all what it looks like. But my barns are insulated. I put insulation in the walls, soundproofing insulation. Then I put the styrofoam insulation boards in there. It has 2 air conditions, and up top there's 2 vents. It's something that I rigged up. But it's 2 vents there, and I put fans in there. These fans have some double D batteries in them, although they're plugged to electricity. The reason I did that is because if the electricity goes out, then the fans will blow the hot air from up top out of there by use of the D batteries, and it lasts like, I think it said it can go like 18 hours on a D battery, and I'm never gone any longer than a day at the most. So yeah, I did it like that. But man, it was a crazy thing, and that's one of the things that has frustrated me with the ABKC over the years. Is when we started the ABKC, our mission was simple. Our mission was to fight for our breed, you know, and to see, you know, me to have to experience even firsthand to see how people still look at pit bull or pit bull like dogs, to the point to where the pit bull is that, you know, that's what they call it Castro. He's a pit bull. You know, he was looked at as the enemy or some kind of, I don't know what the fuck, because he killed a dog in a pack of 3 that was attacking him on his own property. He was just chilling, minding his own damn business, not left his own yard. He was just back there. That's how good of a dog he is. I could leave the gate open. He would not leave that gate. They came, the rumble was all the way in my back of my property, you know. So, but somehow they, you know, they was pointing fingers and wanted to talk about, you know, and that's when we really got into the fight, because they talking about, well, we want to quarantine him. I'm like, man, you's a lie. That's when I was like, for real. I don't know if y'all ever remember that show Punk'd, when they tried to take Kanye West's CDs. That's how it was with Castro. I snatched that 85-pound dog up and ran in the house with him real quick. I said, y'all gonna have to get a warrant for my motherfucking dog. It was just that simple, you know. It was just that simple, you know. He got the heart of a lion, and the best confirmation I ever seen, and that was my boy, you know. Well, it is my boy, you know. So I'm like, I wasn't gonna have it. But I think, you know, I guess it was good that I did sort of get emotional to talk about that, because as a community, we have to refocus. We really do. We really have to refocus back to what it is that we do best, you know. And what we do best as a real community is we love our dogs. Not these puppy mill guys, and not these people who are here for all the wrong reasons. But we are real dog lovers. And man, regardless of whatever people think, it's still a lot of bullshit laws out there that can get our dogs taken from us. Y'all look up how they get done in Denver, Colorado. Literally, people are forced to move. They will kill your dogs if you get a second infraction. And their kill laws are so bad that they will kill your dog fast. I'm talking about, I know of a guy back in 2005 that was going through there. had his dogs confiscated. You know, he just stopped to get some sleep. You know, he stopped at a hotel. He had his dogs confiscated and basically had to pay thousands of dollars to get some kind of injunction. You know, see what I mean? There you go. Denver is horrible. He had to pay thousands of dollars to get some kind of injunction just to get his dogs back, just because they was pit bulls. They was trying to kill his dogs, and he had to pay some. He had to get some good lawyers. I mean, some real good lawyers. You know, and I forget how much money he spent, but it was a lot. It was a lot of money he spent just because he had these dogs. Wasn't aggressive. I had seen his dogs at shows before. You know, his dogs wasn't aggressive like that. And exactly, fuck BSL, because it's still part of the country that they treat you like that. You know, even like people don't know it, but even in Florida has language that's against certain breeds. And if your dog goes to court, what kind of dog is it? That's why they ask you what kind of dog it is, because they want then the rules change. You know, they want to have you take special classes. I mean, I was just in court, you know, when this situation happened. They gave me a ticket because one of the dogs didn't have a license. It was a dog that actually somebody had just dropped off. I didn't have time to buy it a license. But I was in the courtroom, and I seen a guy, literally, they ordered him to take all of these classes, animal aggression classes, all this stuff, because his dog wasn't on the leash. You know, and he's asking him, he's like, well, why do I have to take all these classes? He said, my dog is well trained. He can walk right next to me. He said, when the people came to me, I had him plots and lay down right there. He said he hit the floor. He said he went down. The dog never moved or anything. He brought in paperwork to show that he was a certified trainer and that his dog had passed all kind of stuff and this, that. They still wanted him to take some punk ass classes talking about the dog aggression classes. See, I think sometimes when we get to talking about this, all of this other stuff, we forget what our breed is really about. You know, we forget what people think about our breed, and we forget what people have to go through when we do have trouble with our breed. You know, it's not, you know, we got a lot of guys who talk about making millions of dollars and show out, but none of them are doing what they supposed to. And BSL is some real stuff that we have to get on. Breed something laws. BSL is breed select some. I forget what the S is. Man, stop talking about the Browns. But it's breed something laws. I forget what the S is for. I should know that, but yeah, breed specific legislation. Okay, my man, somebody bailed me out here, because y'all shit. I always just say BSL. You know, see, Puerto Rico gets hit too. Everybody gets hit, but we forget about that because, you know, being one of the people that helped start the ABKC, you know, I feel like our community is definitely one of the worst communities ever. Because the ABKC, if many don't know, the ABKC was actually formed under that thing to fight, you know, BSL. The money and the proceeds, a portion of that money and proceeds, were supposed to go directly to hiring lawyers to fight BSL. Initially, it started off as more a non-profit organization. Somewhere in there, very shortly thereafter, it became a thing to start putting money in people's pockets. We heard all these promises about BSL legislation and how it was going to change, and damn, it never changed, you know. It never changed. So, you know, hey man, hopefully we'll get back to that, and all of these areas will get affected pretty good. But I guess it's time for me to work out, and everybody keep talking about, you know, screw my Browns. We're gonna win one day, and as soon as we win, I'm gonna talk bad about all of y'all. Everybody. All I need is one win. It might come today. If it come today, y'all gonna see me on here turned up like we won the Super Bowl. Y'all see though, even when I wear my Browns hat, I gotta wear my Cavs shirt, and that balance it out. That balance it out. If I wear my Cavs shirt, you know, it balance it out a whole lot, because I know we bad, but it'll get better. I believe in it. But hopefully all y'all have, when am I going live again? Tonight. We're doing the, tonight. It'll be long tonight though. We're going live at 9 p.m. Eastern time. But it's going to be live on here, and it's going to be live on the D-Line public page. And you know, we'll be taking questions, but it's actually the radio show, so you can do whatever. You can call in, You know, I know some people actually call in and still is on this thing, typing back and forth. Whatever you want to do, but we're going to take all questions. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to do a recap on Bobby's show from last night and talk about some of the crazy topics that was talked about on that show. And, you know, just shit, have some fun. Oh, the Chiefs is the one right now. Hey, at least I got the Buckeyes. Yeah, you right, Larry. Hey, Larry, I got the Buckeyes. Not the Tampa Bucks. I got the Buckeyes. But, hey, y'all have a good one. I will see y'all tonight. All right, peace.